Hello everyone. So this is actually the last part of the LEED foundations. Okay, what LEED foundations? Okay, this is the last part. Okay, so in this lesson, what we're going to learn? We're going to learn something called as, okay, we're going to learn the life cycle approach. Okay, what is life cycle approach? You'll understand now. Okay, life cycle approach. Okay, now before I start this, okay, you're going to learn the LEED foundation, life cycle approach. Okay, I would like to tell you something. Okay, okay. Now let's say we have a building. Okay, we want to design one green building. Okay, okay. So what is the life cycle? Life cycle means what? The steps to build this green building. Okay, so what will be the thing? First. Think what is it? First will be site selection, isn't it? I want to select this site. Okay, this site selection, I have done my homework, let's say, and then you selected the site. Okay? So first thing is site selection. Okay, after you selected the site, okay, you start with the design process. Okay, design process, okay. After design process, what you're going to do? You're going to start with the construction. Okay, construction phase. After construction, the project is complete, then you start with the operations. Okay, after operations, after some time, you're going to start renovation. Renovation. Hope this is so far it's clear. Okay, so what actually is the story? First you're going to say, okay, this is my site. Okay, this is far from, if what all conditions you need to meet, just have a look at the earlier videos. Okay, so this is part 5 on LED foundations. Okay, so first is the site selection. You need to make sure a couple of conditions are there to be met. Is it far from the public transport, or whatever may be the condition, environment, whatever the story. Okay, so first is site selection. After site selection, you're going to do design. Okay, so this, my house will be looking like this. Okay, whatever may be the design. Okay, you have your swimming pool and your whatever basketball court or whatever. Okay, after design, you're going to put plan to play. I think it's like putting plan to play. This is one why. Okay, so this is the design and this is construction. Okay, after construction is over, your team has done the work. What's the story now? Operations. Okay, your project is over. Let's be back. Okay, sorry. Okay, from play it becomes operations. Okay, that means what? Day-to-day work. What is operation? Okay, let me just ask you this question. This is a good question here. Okay, what's the difference between a project and operations? What's the difference between a project and operation? Okay, okay. A project is anything which has an end date. Okay, just remember this, end date. Any activity which has an end date, a start and end date. Sure, now you have a start date and you have an end date. Okay, it's called a project. Okay, project is any activity which has, remember, it has an end date. Operations do not have an end date. Okay, it keep going. Okay, end date is not there. That's why it's called ongoing. Other word for operations are called what? Ongoing activities. So I hope this much is clear now. Okay, just fast brush up. First you do site selection, then you do the design, then the construction phase, and then the operations. After some couple of years or months or what, based on how you have designed and constructed, you will have to renovate, isn't it? So I hope this much is clear. Okay, so now let's just clean everything, and you're going to give you just speak some more things about this life cycle approach. Talking about the last part of the LEED foundations. Okay, and what we said, first site selection. After site we do the design. After the design we did the construction. after the construction, what we do? We do operations, and after that we do renovation. Okay, so let me just bring this in the picture. Okay, see, now let's assume that you are a project manager. Okay, PM, not prime minister, project manager. So far good? Okay. Under you, okay, there are a couple of team members, isn't it? Team member 1 and a couple of them, and let's say team member N. Any problem? No problem. Okay. Now, these people, okay, these team members must, they must be aware of these. Okay. Before that, let me just tell you what they have to be aware of. These triangle. Okay, this triangle which we did last class. What was that? The social, economic, and environment. That is the social, economic, and environment. Okay. So what do I mean? They must be aware of this. Okay, we told, okay, what did we tell a couple of minutes back? We told something like this, isn't it? We told this. A green building is a building which is resource efficient, uses the resources very efficiently, isn't it? Resources in the form of water, material, and energy. Okay, WME, WME, or whatever you call MEW. MEW is better. MEW. Material, energy, water. So whenever your team members, okay, bring any material or any resource to your project, to your green building, okay, they must take into consideration this. Okay, is it socially efficient? Is it economic? Does it have any environmental impact? Okay, these all conditions must be brought into, okay, or thought into. So this is part 5. So far it's clean, good. Okay. Okay. So according to the LEED, okay, LEED, you should understand the life cycle approach is basically divided into 2 things. Okay, life cycle approach is basically divided into 2 things. Okay, one is the life cycle assessment. Okay, this has one full chapter on this. Okay, life cycle assessment. Okay, that is the LCA. Okay, and the other thing, there are 2 things, 2 approach, is the life cycle cost. Okay, cycle cost. Now I believe you got the understanding or the explanation of what is the life cycle, isn't it? This is the life cycle of a green cycle building, green building, sorry. Isn't it? The site selection, design, construction, operations, and renovation. 9 out of 10 times, renovations you don't want. You want your construction to be so good that it is good to go. And sometimes, sad to say, demolitions. Okay, demolition. Okay, so now let's come back to this. There's LCC. So there's life cycle assessment and life cycle cost. Okay, this part, this LCA, we're going to learn maybe in future lessons. Okay, this part I'm going to teach you future. Okay, let's talk about this life cycle cost. Okay, when I talk about life cycle cost, what comes in your head? Life cycle cost. So let's just give you an example here. Things will be clear. Okay. Now let's suppose we have it's not a relevant example, but just take it as an example. You have a car. You purchased a car. You have one car. Okay, not so good in drawing car, but assume this is a car. Okay. Assume this is a car. Okay. Now you purchase this car. Okay, everything is going smooth, but you will have to keep filling petrol, isn't it? Filling petrol, isn't it? Isn't it a cost? So this is something like I could add example. Purchase fuel, isn't it? Okay, when you drive, you will have to maintain the tires, isn't it? Or you'll have to buy new tires. So this is another example of cycle. So life cycle cost. So what I'm trying to tell you is life cycle approach and life cycle cost are those costs when in operations. Okay, cost during operations. Operational cost. Another way to understand it. Okay, operational cost. Okay, let me just give you another story. Let's come to the building, and there you will get the final explanation. Now let's say after we've installed one bulb. Okay, we've installed one bulb. This is a bulb. Okay, so let's say we've installed. After a couple of years, you will come to know this gets fused out, isn't it? You will have to replace it, but this is cost, isn't it? So this is the meaning of life cycle cost. During operation, you will have to add an additional cost will incur. Additional cost incur during operations. That is called life cycle cost. I hope this far so much is clear, and I think we can just tell bye. So in the next class, what we will be doing, we'll be going now to more detailed. Okay, so this is the last class on the foundation. That's part 5, and in the next class, we're going to, more focus on in-depth knowledge. Okay, now I think the foundation is clear. Now we learned how to walk. I believe it's time to learn to run. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the class, and see you in the next class. Bye.